Hello, in this lecture I'm going to be talking to you more about human proportions using sticky bones. So I'm just going to be demonstrating using sticky bones because the creators have really paid attention to how the human body is constructed, and they have made their posable mannequin extremely well in comparison. So I have some squares and rectangles and things and circles, as you can see, and I'm just going to briefly describe to you what those all mean and how you can apply them to your drawings. So first of all, you can see these numbers on the side here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the human body is usually between 7.5 to 8 feet tall. It really depends on how you want to draw your character. A more heroic character usually would be like 8 heads tall, like a more larger person. So they have created their mannequin actually 7.5 heads tall. I just added the 8, just it would be about down here, just for some extra height. So when you're starting to draw your character, you always start by drawing the head first, and then you can measure down with tick marks of how tall you want them to be. Eventually, with enough practice, it starts to become natural, and you can guess pretty well how high your character is. But it's a good way to double check things just to see how tall your guy actually is, and you might want to do that, because if you don't do it in the right proportions, your guy might start to look strange. So really pay attention to that. So here I've put little dots for the ball joint of the shoulder, and the way that you would measure that is you take the width of your head and along your center line here, that's where your joints are going to be. So those are 1 head width apart from the center line. Now moving down the arm here, you can see I have a rectangle there. That is the length of your forearm, and your elbow is going to match up with the bottom of your rib cage. You can see this circle that I've drawn here. That's the that's like the circumference of the arm movement of a human. So a general rule of thumb is that your elbow, you want to match it up with the bottom of your rib cage approximately when you're deciding this length, and the upper arm is the same length. Same with the lower leg here. The upper leg and lower leg are the same. And the hand, 2 important things to notice are the middle finger and the palm are approximately the same length as each other. And the height of your hand is approximately the height of your head. So it all starts with the head, and once you get your head down, that's really gonna kind of determine how your character is going to appear on the page, essentially. One last thing I wanted to go over, or a couple last things. Your navel is approximately 3 heads down, right on that line. And I wanted to go over just a quick way to draw rib cages when you're sketching your guy out. So usually I'll draw the rib cage like kind of like a vest shape. Like I'll start like that. So these are imagine your ribs right there. It's a good way to do it. And the pelvis, kind of just draw like a trapezoid basically, with a circle on top. these are 2 circles as well for the joints to connect into. So there's some tips I have for the human form. Alright, I'll see you in the next lecture.